What's up, everybody? Today we're going to talk about fine-tuning your nutrition for optimal peak performance. Now, if you're training hard in the gym and you're not seeing the results you should, chances are it's not your workouts, it's your nutrition. So today we're going to get into exactly what you need to eat before and after your workouts. Now, let me remind you though, this may be different for different athletes and different types of sports, but common mistakes that are killing your gains, there's a few of them. But the most common is meal prep strategies that make consistency easy and on time because it's very important. It's crucial time before and after the workouts to get your meals in. I mean, throughout the day as well, but these two key times are crucial. Now, this is the difference between looking decent or performing like an elite athlete and looking like an elite athlete. So let's get into this. One thing I want to mention though is all the topics I've talked about so far on all these episodes, it's not just bullshit. It's not just things that I've looked up or Googled. These are based on over 30 years of experience that I've had in my own life. So starting with the basics back on episode 1, each episode's talking about different aspects of nutrition, to training, to recuperation, strategies to overcome injuries, depression, overcoming depression, and how to overcome all these different things. The reason why I did this is so when you come to my channel, if there's something that resonates with you, whether you're a beginner or advanced, you can go through any of my videos and look back and pick and choose what you like to see and learn on. Now, a lot of these episodes, I've just touched on the surface of many of these topics. I could easily get into very deep dive on every one of these topics, but I'll be talking forever. So there's so much more information I can dive into. That's why from now on, I'm just starting this now. It's something new, so I can reach more people and dive into more in-depth on everything. I'll be offering a 1-month deep dive breakdown into training, nutrition, supplementation, and everything that goes into pretty much any sport that you're in, because I've wrestled, I've boxed, and competed. And in every one of these sports, there's different type of training. There's various recuperation techniques. And as far as supplementation goes, that also is pretty much the same through all of them because you always want to recuperate. But the training techniques are going to be different. Endurance training, power training, all these types of training is going to be different for each sport. And I've done all of them and I mastered all of them. So with this workshop, I'll be hosting a live 3 to 4 hour, depending on how much time we have or how in depth. I'm not going to be really looking at the time. A Zoom workshop where I'll be giving you everything you need to know to finally get everything dialed in. So I'll talk about this more at the end. So let's talk about here first, the role of nutrition in performance. So let's take your body. It's like a machine. It's like a high performance machine. If you want to push it to be a high performance, it needs the right fuel at the right time to perform at its best. So 3 key aspects: energy for training, what fuels your workouts, muscle protection and growth. How do you prevent muscle breakdown and maximize growth? And then optimize recovery. Why post-workout nutrition is so crucial. So common mistakes. People either eat too little before training or wait too long to eat after, which slows down recovery. Second segment here we're going to talk about, where I'm going to get into more, is pre-workout nutrition. When to eat and what to eat. Ideal timing for me, I've always did, like, let's say I was going to train at 4 o'clock. I would never have like a huge meal. I'd have just a filling meal. Everybody's different, but I would have it at 3. By the time I ate, got to the gym, it would be 4, 4:15. So ideal time is between 60 to 90 minutes before training. And then the macronutrients, this is all going to be different. I'm just giving you basic guidelines. Like I said, on these Zoom calls and workshops that I'm going to do, I'll break it down for everybody. It's going to be different. Carbs, let's say, between 20 to 40 grams, up to 75 grams of low glycemic carbs. Fruit, sweet potato, oats, for example. I always liked rice because rice for me digests it very easy, which gives you sustained energy. Everybody's different on what digests well with them. And 20 to 40 to 75 grams is all based on whether you're female, male, how much you weigh, and metabolism rate. Now let's go into protein. Protein again is going to vary. 25 to 40 for women that I've worked with. 25 usually is the optimal amount. It's not going to sit in your stomach. 40 to 50 for guys. I really don't like to go more than 50 grams of protein per meal. I mean, as of right now, like what I'm doing, I'm only eating 4 meals a day. So I push my meals up to 65 grams of protein per meal. But I'm spacing out through the day. I'm not competing anymore, so it's different for me. But for the people who are competing and you're in the sport, I'm sure your lives, revolve around what you're doing, so you can, eat more meals throughout the day. So, and with protein, lean protein. You don't want fatty protein because you don't want it sitting in your stomach. All right. So chicken, I don't really recommend steak. So lean chicken, obviously the chicken, eggs or whey for proteins. Fats, I keep them always low before the workouts. You keep a little in, but not too much, because it's going to slow your digestion process. So, for example, my pre-workout, I never did pre-workout drinks. We had these drinks in the past, even powders. I never really liked them. For me, a simple cup of coffee or a cup and a half of coffee would be perfect. I never had steak before my training sessions. It would always be chicken or lean turkey. And then some kind of fruit with rice. Or if I was like rushed on time, it'd be whey protein and maybe a handful of almonds. Like I said, everything varies depending on the day, how much time I have, how I'm feeling, if food's sitting in my stomach, or if I'm hungry. So for hydration and supplements, electrolytes, for sure. There is a few different electrolytes on the market that I like to take, and I recommend to my clients that have sodium, potassium, magnesium, and a good amount as well. And I would take in, for pre-workout, I forgot about this, was either usually BCAAs, and I would drink that also throughout the workout. So let's get into segment 3, post-workout nutrition. You want to maximize your recovery and growth. All right. So ideal timing, 30 to 60 minutes post-workout. So I see a lot of people, and I have to say this. You guys are all walking around with these stupid 6-pack bags. Okay. IFBB competitor or NPC competitor with these logos on it. But I don't see anybody pulling out any food. What are you carrying around with these fucking bags for? Do you think you're cool? Because if you're training in the gym, is this just some sort of like show-off session? Oh, I have a 6-pack bag and I'm walking around like I have so much shit that I'm going fucking camping? Seriously, guys. I mean, I asked one girl, I'm like, what's in your bag? Oh, I have my high heels and my suit if I need to pose. If you need to pose, you're not getting ready for a show. It's off season. What else is in your bag? Maybe a belt, maybe some lifting straps, maybe bands to do kickbacks, How about some food? Food? That would be a good idea for a six-pack bag, right? That's what they're made for. Don't get me started on this. This whole thing is a fucking fad, to be honest. Because if you were serious, you'd have food in that bag. So when you're done, you could sit down right away after your workout, before you even get in the car, and have a meal made at home. Take it with you because you can keep it cool or hot, whatever you want. So the breakdowns on this would be, obviously, guys, fast digesting carbs. What I usually recommend is rice cakes, or fruit. Or I'd combine the two with a little bit of fruit and rice, like, or a little bit slower acting, maybe brown rice, so slower acting carbs, and then fast acting carbs, which would be, let's say applesauce or even some apple juice, because it hits you right away. Proteins, again, for women, it's going to be different. 25, depending on off season, pre-contest, 25 to 50 to 40, 25, 40 to, let's say, 50 grams of carbs. Guys, myself, there are times in my off season, depending on the body part day, I would have upwards to 150 to 200 grams of carbs post workout. And it was, I'm sorry, yeah, carbs. Proteins, though, however, I switch this around. Sorry about that. Proteins would be 25 to 40. Usually for women, 25 again, depending on your size. If you're figure, fitness, bodybuilder, 25 to 40. 50 to 60 for guys would be perfect. And quality protein. I always stuck with whey. You want something fast to get into your system again, as you do with the carbs. All right. So let me correct myself when I say the glucose, 20 to 40, depending on women, what they're doing, whether they're contest or off season, and depending on your metabolism or what you trained, everything's specific. Also, you don't want to be slamming down a bunch of carbs and looking like a fat pig year round, which a lot of women are. It's honestly disgusting. Keep yourself lean. 25, 30 grams of carbs for women is perfect. And you can even mix that. Have a little bit of rice with maybe some fruit or juice. So you're getting a little long-acting, carbs with some fast-acting carbs. And again, for guys, obviously, depending on if you're getting ready for a show, there was times I was down to 75 grams total a day. So you're just gonna have to suck it up, which a lot of people don't want to suck up these days. They don't want to suffer. I want to feel full. I want to be round. I need my pump. If I don't get a pump, it's not a workout. Listen, guys, let me explain something to you. To get fucking diced and lean, you have to get flat and work through it. The fucking show is not in the gym. The show's on stage. All right? So maybe you're going to have 75 grams. How would I split that up? For carbs, 25 right after your workout. Your cardio in the morning, 25, let's say, grams post-workout, 25, or like maybe 25 at night if you're doing cardio at night. In my next episode, I'll show you my whole breakdown, what I did for the 99 cal. So it was 8 times a day I ate. Trained 4 times a day, 2 times cardio and twice a day training. So again, off season though, also depending on the body part. Let's not get fat here though, depending on your metabolism. 75 is usually good. If you're trying to gain some serious weight, there was times where, like I said, I was doing 150 to 200 grams of carbs post-workout, and I was full at the fucking house, and it took a few hours for that to digest. I'm not recommending that. Would I go back and do that? No, but that's what I did. And also, again, post-workout, don't go heavy on the fats. Too much is going to slow your absorption. You want quick absorbing food right away after the workout. All right. So if time is tight, I always like to go with natural food. As I got closer to the show, I would substitute out my whey proteins and I would have natural food. I would have chicken breast post workout or fish with the rice or whatever it may be. But if time is tight or even off seasons, I would do always a whey shake, whey protein, maybe a little peanut butter, and maybe some fruit. And the reason for me, I added the peanut butter in because I am diabetic. I want to slow the absorption rate. I don't want my sugar to spike. All right. So, anyways, why does this help? I know a lot of you already know this, but I'm going to explain. To rebuild muscle, this replenishes the glycogen and reduces muscle breakdown. And this is vital. It's very important post workout that you get your nutrition in right away. So, here's some meal hacks for consistency, guys. Always plan ahead. I can't stress this enough. I've seen so many times where I've gone to shows, and when I competed, and I hate to say when I competed, but I have to say this because what I see now is a joke compared to what people are doing. We would always have meals with us. Whether we'd be out or I'd go out with friends, I'd have my own meals. Would I go to restaurants? Yes, I'd go to a restaurant, but I had my meal with me. I see a lot of people at shows, like, and I talk to them, and they're getting ready for a show, but I see no food with them. You should be having your food with you. This should not even be a thought, not having food with you, because you got to consider, let's say there's traffic, something happens, there's a delay. You need your fucking food. Every day counts when you get ready for a show. Every fucking meal counts, guys. I can't stress it enough. It's honestly annoying that you all sit there and waste time talking about stupid little things that are irrelevant when food is most important when you're getting ready for a show or getting ready for a meet or whatever it may be. So have meals, at least 2 to 3 meals prepared in advance at all times, especially if you're going out somewhere or you're traveling. If I travel to a show, that day I would have my 5 meals with me. 5 meals would cover me for the rest, almost most of the day, if I was eating 6 to 7 times. So by the time I got there, checked in, whatever I was doing, I could get my 6th meal wherever it was, whether it would be off season or getting ready for the show. I would not have to worry. All right. One thing also I like to do is I like to rotate between 3 protein sources, at least 2 carb sources, and 2 fat sources throughout, and keep in some type of veggies. So keep it simple, guys, as far as food sources is concerned. For me, when I work with people, I like to get a little variety, but I like to rotate between 3 protein sources, a couple different carb sources, and a few different fat sources, just to keep the nutritional content up a little bit, a variety, taste buds for variety a little bit, and throughout the day and throughout the week, but also keep in some type of veggies. So I do recommend bulk cooking. It's going to save you a lot of time. Cook in bulk, like maybe twice a week. Grill up all your food. Yes, I know heated food up may be bland, but you're not doing this for taste. You're doing this to get a result, guys. Stop fucking complaining. You can always do a rice cooker for rice, and the fats are really easy. So just portion all out. Like what I would do, I'd just make a bunch of chicken or fish or steak or whatever it may be, make a bunch of every one of them, put them into big Tupperwares, and make enough for about 3 days or 4 days. It will be good for about 3 to 4 days after cooking. Will it be a little dry, non-tasting? Yeah, but so what? You're doing this for results, not for fucking taste. If you're in this sport or any other sport, you're not looking at food for taste. You're looking at food for performance and to fuel yourself. That's it, plain and simple. Don't fucking complain. If you want to complain, don't do this. It's going to take some time, guys, for your body to change its taste buds in the beginning when you go from, let's say, for off season to pre-contest, or if you're even starting off your fitness journey. You're like, oh, this tastes like shit. But there's so many things out there that are low calorie, calorie free, seasonings, sauces, all sorts of things. It makes things so much easier. Stop complaining, stop making excuses. All right. So also there's snacks that you can take. There are portable snacks you can take with you. Some examples: always have almonds or peanut butter. There's packets now. Or take protein with you. When I travel, I wouldn't take my whole protein bucket, obviously, but I'd take in however many days I'd be gone, a bunch of protein in a bag, wrap it up, put it in my suitcase. If you're doing low carb, you can always get low carb wraps. Here's a simple thing that tastes great: low carb wraps, sugar free jelly, and peanut butter. There you go. And some of these low carb wraps have some protein in there. So here, protein shake, low carb wrap, sugar free jelly. So you're getting pretty much, and then peanut butter. You're getting pretty much fats and proteins. It's simple as that, guys. It's a great snack if you're out and you don't have time. So if you're serious, guys, and I say serious because I don't have time for bullshit excuses like I have no time. Listen, meal prep takes 2 to 3 hours per week, but it saves you 10 plus hours of decision making, guys. All right. So let me reiterate what I said above. If you guys are ready, and I'm finally able to drop this and put this out there, you want to take your physique to the next level. Pre and post workouts are very essential. It's not optional. It is essential, guys. But if you're tired of all the guessing and looking on the internet and seeing what influencer is doing what, whether they're telling the truth or not, guys, I look at so much, I watch so much on TV, on YouTube. I go to different people's channels and people are spewing bullshit and I can't stand it. It's one of the main reasons why I started doing this. Because I have proven strategies and I tailor programs to people. I do tailor programs to people. Depending on everything, whether you're diabetic, I'm diabetic, I can relate if you're diabetic. How are coaches out there that have no real life experience, have not been through anything? Ask yourself this. Ask yourself this before you go on and choose a coach that's never been on stage, that's never been an athlete, that's never been through any ups and downs in life, never been through any hardships, that looks like your everyday, ordinary, next door neighbor nerd. I'm sorry to say. How are they going to help you? Yes, you can go read, but that's not going to really help when you don't know the psychology of going through all this. Again, this is why I am doing this, so I can reach more people. And that's why I'm going to be hosting the live, like I said, 3, 4, who knows, maybe 5 hours. I don't care. Workshop, Zoom workshop this month. I'm going to set a date here shortly where I will be covering everything that has to do with training, nutrition, supplementation. There's going to be no BS. If you guys follow, and people who know me, anybody that's worked with me has had 100% guaranteed results, 100%. If they didn't get results, they didn't listen, plain and simple. That's it. The price is going to be very well, between $300 to $350. I'm going to give you a full breakdown of exactly what you need to do for your body, your goals, your situation. Everybody's situation is different as well. Whether they can train 5 days a week, only get in 3 days a week, half an hour a day, 2 hours a day. I've dealt with multiple different people's schedules, from CEOs to nurses to people who have time throughout the day to do whatever. Okay? This is not just for athletes. This goes for anybody trying to achieve any type of goal. And I put this out there because I want to help people out. I truly do, because the joy I receive by seeing a smile on somebody's face that achieved their goal, I can't explain it. It just makes me happy. So again, I'll answer all the questions live and give you a plan that you can actually apply to your life. Everybody's life is different. Not everybody's plan is going to be the same. There's going to be a live Q&A as well. All right. So like I said, anybody who's worked with me, they've achieved great results. So guys, spots are open now. I don't want to sound like everybody else saying like, oh, there's limited spots. No, it's open. I'm just starting this. But anybody who knows me and this word gets out, you will get the results that you all have probably dreamed about. And it's just within a grasp reach. It's just about listening and applying. Honestly, it is. It may suck at first, and I'm going to be honest with you. It may suck. But why sit there and be unhappy in your life when you have somebody like me that can help guide you to your results that you want? And like I said in multiple times before in other episodes, life is a marathon. It's not a sprint, guys. But I have transformed physiques in 3 months. I've had people lose 60 pounds in 3 months, healthily. Did they have to cut back on foods and change their taste buds? Absolutely, yes. But the pictures they saw from beginning to end was dramatic. And I've been friends with them ever since. I've been friends with my clients since I started training people back in 2000. And they're all great people. They still come back to me whenever they need help, and I'm more than happy to help them because they know they're going to get the results with me. Anyways, guys, spots are probably going to fill up. And I say this because I'm not going to sit here and say I can deal with 100 clients. There's no such a way I can, unless it's cookie cutter bullshit. So I can only give so much attention to the people that sign up in the time allotted. So, and there's only so many questions I can answer within the 3 to 4 to, let's say, maybe it pushes to 5 hours. And there's going to be a break in between. But if you got any value from what I talked about in this episode, hit the like button, leave a comment, and please subscribe, And the reason why is because you're never going to get bullshit from me. Always straight advice. I hope you guys enjoyed. And I look forward to working with every one of you guys. Truly. I want to make your dreams a reality.